So hey guys, Matt Lighty here. Back in Conquest Dark. Some people showed interest in the game in the video, so I played some more. I've progressed, I guess, a decent chunk further, and I've started to unlock a lot of the basic stuff. You could view it all in the Stygian archive, and you could see what exactly I haven't actually upgraded yet, but not necessarily where to obtain it from. There's multiple races, which I haven't actually unlocked yet. Just have the human. And the only one event, but I think a lot of that comes with the early access. But I've got all the base classes unlocked: Barbarian, Hunter, Thief, Oathkeeper, and Acolyte of Ku, which is like a caster. All the class masteries, which are the basic statistical upgrades. Not all of them, but a lot of the weapons unlocked. A lot of the armor sets unlocked. These are like have set bonuses and stuff. A lot of the power abilities, passives, movement abilities, runes, which are like the quote-unquote support gems, I guess, and then artifacts, which are pretty sweet. And you can actually see a lot of these things where they are. So, for example, Pale Desolation, I have at level 3. I could see at level 5, I unlock these things. At level 10, I unlock these things. At 15, at 20, etc., etc. So I could do this ritual, for example, and I could, make more progress towards this out of 25 and unlock a bunch of this stuff. So one of the things I want to get is this Eye of the Berserker. So I'm going to spend some time doing that. Of the actual upgrade currency, I could spend it on whatever I kind of feel like when it comes to like upgrading my build and whatnot. So if I want to put more points into Icy Spikes, I could do that. If I want to put more points into whatever, like I have the ability to do, I could do that. At the moment, I'm somewhat broke, so I can't really do much, but, you get the gist of it. And then I have this Obelisk of the Sun. It's the only obelisk, I think. I have one of the moon also, it looks like. So it increases the influence of the Black Planet on the dark rituals by placing shards of the Black Planet into the obelisk. It gives the enemies damage, health, faction experience, and increased dark ritual things. I don't really know what Obelisk of the Moon does versus the Sun, but these seem like just ways to scale up difficulty. And I'm like kind of working my way towards completing things. Like I haven't finished this last stand of Zaladon. I haven't killed the final boss or cleared to the time. Same with the Obsidian Bulwark, so I'm still like progressing, but I've been playing a lot of the Cult of Ku and the Oathbound. Those are the main two I've been playing. So we're going to continue doing some progression, and I'm going to do, I guess, the Pale Desolation, because that seems like a good one to work through, and we're going to try to get it as high level as we can, and eventually unlock either Berserker. But let's at least show you what a round looks like and show you some different options. First off, you're going to see some big dicks. Big dicks and huge tits. I don't know why we have infinite rerolls of like a fractal nature, but you get a different top number and a different bottom thing. So first you have to pick a class. So if I wanted to pick a human Acolyte of Ku, if I'm okay with attack reach and attack arc, then I can click them. Then it becomes what origin I want to pick. This is like what subsection of abilities and stuff I want to get into. So if I want to pick Divine Devotion, which is auras, health regen, that sort of stuff, I could pick that. I want Stargazer, which is Cosmic Studies, Lunar Spells, and Barrier. So I'm going to click that. And then we're going to grab our chest, because this place is a chest instead of a starting dude. And then our options are, we can either pick Cosmic Ray, Conjure Blade, or Ice Shard. I personally prefer Conjure Blade is best for actually triggering abilities. We're going to do Cosmic Ray, I think, instead. That's just like a more fun starter. And then for this area, we just progress to the corners and pop these little white things. And these give us the material that levels up rituals. And when it comes to the armor, what I've discovered is two things. One, if it's a +1 roll, if they're all, it says common, right? So if it says common, there's rare and epic, etc. You just pick the highest rarity, but if there's all the base, you just pick +1s, or you can go for set bonuses. So these are the cultist set. 2 set has a chance to freeze, 3 sets crit damage, so you'd pick the one that's more relevant to you. So for example, I would pick like this one because the cultist set is what I want, so that's the most relevant to me. That's where it starts coming to like making a build. And I want to do things maybe that has to do with freeze specifically. If I wanted to do that, I could do that. We're going to go into, I guess, Barrage instead, and we're going to focus on our main ability damage. So that's what our focus is going to be. the Zappy Beam being our main focus of damage. For this, we only have two options. It's Ice Spike or Frostfall. We're just going to pick Ice Spike because I don't really want to invest in freezing as much. And now we're back looking out for those little white things I was talking about that has those black and white materials. Those are the ones that give this top bar moving. And that top bar is what gives us more shrine levels. If we reach 5, we get like the next unlock. So it's like farming this stage. So these things right here. Once I kill this white dude, he's going to drop one of those fucking... Oh, these things. Zoink. We're going to take Obliterate for crit damage. We grabbed our black and white upgrade. I see another one. We got a passive upgrade. We have Arcane Orbs or Freezing Vortex. We're going to take Arcane Orbs. They put spinning orbs around me. And these are Soul Fragments or permanent upgrades. We're going to take Barrier Amount. A Rune Imbuement. So this is our first one of these. This is like the quote-unquote support gem. We get a lot of different options. We can have, gives it chance to freeze. We can have frozen damage. We can have things like increased reach, so it chains further. We can have things like give it more crit chance or etc. Another one is target amount. I believe it makes it chain to like 2 extra people, which is kind of cool. A hood. Crit damage, lunar damage. Yep. And then let's reroll this. Ability damage, because it's an ability. Alright. Let's get more crit. Let's do some more Cosmic Ray upgrades. We could use an Eldritch to increase its current runes. It has a Primordial runes. We could do this to make it more of a Primordial rune buff. It should make its thing go up. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Ritual level up. Nice. So we've got a, you know, slightly higher ritual level now. So one more to go for another unlock, I think. We got 3 more minutes to find more of those white skeleton guys to be able to upgrade my ritual level in here. They do respawn, so I am just like looping around. But it's getting increasingly difficult to do. Alright, ritual leveled up. So we got the ritual to level 5 now. You can see it in the top right. It says faction level 12, character level 8, ritual level 5. There's a spirit caravan somewhere. I don't know where. There's a spirit caravan. This is like a random event that just gets free resources and such. Alright, so we are out of time. Everything's coming to an end. We just dumped all our percent in the middle and a boss pops up. We just like dumped the percent we had from gathering, you know, all of the little stuff, I guess, and then we just drop it in the middle, and that gives us extra time, and then we could kick up the difficulty a notch. So that's how that works. Still getting the cultist leg wraps. Now we're on difficulty 2. Oh yeah, new unlock, chain targets. We'll take that. You can see I could deposit all my number in the middle I had from all the souls I had saved up, and start upping the difficulty, spend more time gathering. You know, that's kind of how like this stuff ramps up. You really shouldn't summon back-to-back bosses, but I feel like I was in a pretty good spot so I could kind of do it. You could see how he's still dying at a pretty hefty pace. Alright, another option here. We get, this is one that makes things freeze and shatter. We'll take that. Cultist gloves, we'll take those. Yeah, it'll take a bit of time to run around farming. Let's enhance our boots for movement speed and whatnot. We got a lot more of the white ghost to spawn now. You can see the difficulty increase now that we're on tier 3. Now I want to start picking up Call of the Winter Moon, which gives us freeze chance, and it'll give us just shatter. When we kill things that are frozen, they blow up, and that's cool. Attack force. Wow. Just running around, looking for loot. Plus 8 leg reps. Let's go. Doing some great farming here. Getting a lot of levels, getting a lot of these white shard thingies for more ritual level, whatever. Yeah, I'm pulling a bit much, but, you know, gotta go big or go home. The perk of that lunar shattering artifact we have just kind of makes it so who gives a fuck, you know? It's like having explosions or something. There's so many fun ways to build your characters in this game that I've discovered so far that I just kind of want to try a bunch, but it does take a little bit of time to level up people and skills in a way that They just kind of start to pop off, you know, if you want to call it that. Oh, there's a spirit caravan, but I don't know where it is, and there's only 1 minute left until I gotta go to the middle, so I'm a little bit strapped for time here. You can grab this last chest, though. Chance to freeze. Freezing's great. Oh, the caravan's somewhere over here. 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, I couldn't make it to the middle in time. No. Fuck you, death. Fuck you, death. Fuck you, death. No, I'm gonna die. The Grim Reaper, she's coming for me. Ah. I got too greedy. Anyway, you can see what I did, and I unlocked some stuff. So, for example, I unlocked an increase to armor stats. I unlocked the Arcane Missile passive. I unlocked the As Moon Rune, which gives us some chain stuff. And I also unlocked the passive Aura of Judgment. So, you know, a bunch of cool new unlocks of the Pale Desolation. So you can see, like, a lot of that stuff was right here. Now, if I were to do to 10, I would start to unlock this whole section. And then I unlock another obelisk. And I unlock this whole section. So that's, you know, kind of the progression there. So, with that in mind, let's put a couple more points into our little things here. Our passives across the map. And we could go to the Stygian Archive and spend some of our shmoney on things we like. So, for example, if we're a big fan of the Cosmic Ray as our base ability, we could upgrade it. We're out of money to upgrade it again, but you could see that, you know, that's what upgrading it does, okay? I don't have Collapsing Star just yet. I'm not sure where it comes from. I could take a quick look, though. Okay, so it appears that Collapsing Star comes from Obsidian Bulwark, killing the second boss. So if that's something I want to unlock and then put points in, maybe we'll do that. So let's do a similar build. We're going to do, well, the same thing, Human Acolyte of Ku. I'm okay with that. We'll do Burn with the big dicker. This time I think we'll probably take a different perk. Let's do Dishonored Champion for more aura stuff. But we're going to build kind of similarly in spirit here. So for our starting weapon, we're going to do Conjured Blade, which doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's really good at triggering abilities because it generates a lot of energy. So it itself is quite shitty, but it's really good generator when it comes to triggering large amounts of abilities. And that's what we're going to do. Just have to get an ability. So Call the Winter Moon, because we're going to do freeze stuff. There we go. Super fucking slow start. So our abilities, we're going to do Holy Bolts as our baseline ability. Just kidding. Yes, we are. Really Holy Bolt. That's what Holy Bolts looks like. It shoots like a mortar out. Now we could kind of just park ourselves in the middle here, because every time I strike two things, it's going to drop Holy Bolts down. And that'll be enough pretty soon here to start automating everything. The Holy Bolts does a lot of damage, though. Projectile amount, so it shoots out more bolts. And we're going to go with the Cultist Vest. Now we're going to grab our two options, our Aura of Soul, which is like a Righteous Fire type thing. Arcane Orbs, which you saw the orbs, or Arcane Missiles. I've never done Arcane Missiles, so let's do those. They seem like they could be fun. What do they even look like? Okay, there they are. Little fucking... Yep, little missiles. The cooldown of this ability behaves unpredictably. Good to know. Alright, here's the first boss, Commander Isaac. Should not be a problem. Okay, down goes Commander Isaac. We get our first artifact. We're going to take Frostmoon Pendant. This gives us our shatters. So now when our magic missiles kill things, they shatter. Alright, the next boss is coming out shortly. And if I can get past that, I should be able to get the collapsing star thing I wanted. Okay, who is this boss? I see red. It's got a bow. He's just sitting in the fucking... the circles that I'm trying to avoid. It's amazing. Definitely one of the more annoying bosses I've had to fight. Where the fuck did he go? Jurgen Cadaver Mass himself. And down he goes. Okay, that was, you know, annoying, but fine. Now we're on to Tier 3, where life gets much harder. And survival gets much less likely. Yeah, we're getting to a real crab bucket scenario here. Real crab bucket. I'm dead. Alright. Well, that's okay, because I unlocked what I was there to unlock, which is Collapsing Star. Also, I have the Golden Chain set now. So, I've got Collapsing Star. That was the main thing I wanted to get. So now if I were to go over here, under power ability, I could spend some points, you know, upgrading Collapsing Star. Now we'll go back to the Pale Destruction and see if we can get ourselves some goodies. Now we're going to do another one of the Acolytes. We'll do Calidor with his Magnum Wang. And we're going to pick a, where is it? Stargazer with our new Zippy Zappy plus our Black Hole meme. So Cosmic Ray plus Collapsing Star. Corruption level 2, so things are harder. There's our Collapsing Star. I don't know what it looks like. We're about to find out in a second. Oh, it costs a lot of energy, huh? Yep, that's a little black hole. It's like doing stuff. I'm not exactly sure what. Just says forward. Conjure it forward. Oh, it does a lot of damage though. But, you know, what is forward? Then we're going to do Arcane Missiles again for the full Arcane build. Maybe we'll put energy cost reduction on the black hole, the Collapsing Star, just so we can give it a little bit more frequency. Alright, let's head to the middle and kick up the tier to the next one here. Boom. Yeah, I don't really think the black hole Collapsing Star is very good, but it is just fun thematically. I like the thematics of it, you know? I wish it was like massively larger and persisted, or like maybe rotate around, or yeah, we'll see how much better we can get it. It's just kind of jank for single target. That's fine. Can I just go right to 3? I can. Alright. This old song and dance again, huh? Except we have a different boss. Lord Commander Urian. We do seem to get a couple more of these Collapsing Stars going at a time when I get my shit going. We're going to grab Falling Comet. It's a very, very, very funny movement skill that does a ton of single target damage at the cost of being split amongst multiple enemies. It replaces our movement skill, but it does, like I said, yield a comically large amount of single target. It's the definite highest single target ability I've seen in the game at the moment, with a pretty decent AoE, but it requires some real herky-jerky fucking targeting. All these black holes, and barely any of them are actually on the boss, you know? So we're at 27% in the middle here, so we do have to get some more black and white deliciousness to offer to the gods. You see the black hole count is rising. Starting to get a little bit funky. Look at the black holes are like stacking up in a interesting-ish kind of way. I have no real way of getting my barrier back because I don't have the teleport spell. So we're just kind of doing shitty amounts of damage in circles. And it is enough. Spirit of Vengeance. Oh, I do like no damage to this fucking guy. Well, the end is near, my friends. The end is near. We did reach Ritual 10, which was the goal, to be fair. So, no complaints there. I would need a superb amount of barrier and defenses to progress much past this, though. But I'm still unlocking stuff, so I don't expect to be able to do all the content in the game, you know? There it is. That's like, where's the one straight it's going to get me? I have unlocked Mark of Shadow, which is a cool passive. The Thronebreaker two-hand mace. I'd love to try that bad boy out. Let's over to the last stand of Zaladon, but first I'm going to take out these corruption shards. We're going to head in on a barbarian for one final run here and check out this new mace we just unlocked. Oh, Knorr. Surely Knorr would want his savage upbringing build. Let's go Knorr with your Magnum Kadong. Thronebreaker. I'm here to fuck. God, it attacks tragically slow. Tragically slow. But it stuns. Primal Strength. Well, I've got to pick Primal Strength, because I'm a big behemoth brute of a man. Well, I'll give you that. It does feel like I'm playing melee, because this is fucking brutal. Man, once I get an ability, this is going to be great. Power abilities. What do I want? Primal Roar is my first thought, because it heals me. It does a lot of damage. Axe Toss is kind of shite. Spinning Blade is not bad. I think Seismic Slam is the best thing, though, so we're going to pick that. Because it just feels like it has the best AoE. A big old slam build. I've already lost a life. Everything's going great. Attack speed per life lost. A berserking meat hulking man, obviously. Oh, the big slam feels pretty good. That I like. Like that's pretty decent. Okay, so for the passives, the spike balls are hilarious. I love the spike balls. They just kind of spin around. Whirlwind is whirlwind. And then you have counter throw and execute. Counter throw is when you get hit, you throw shurikens at them, and then they bounce between things. But I can't not pick spike ball because it's such a good meme. I mean, look at those bad boys. Yes, like we saw in the previous video, the chain is a dead space, but look at me go. You can't tell me that the spike balls don't bring joy to your heart. So, something I'm curious about is, does projectile amount give us a third spike ball? I kind of think it does, and if we grab projectile amount, then pick up the rune that amplifies other runes, I wonder if we can get a third spike ball going. Because 3 is better than 2, right? When there's no ranged enemies out, I can just stand in the middle. And, you know, whirlwind meat grinder, everything that walks. I'm like a human blender. The favorite part about the spike ball is because I've taken damage, you can see myself just bleeding out of my ass right now with one leg missing. Oh, this boss has this immune thing where you have to kill the marked enemy to break the shield. So wait till this man gets in the sweet spot of the spike balls. No match for me. Oh man, he's getting spike balled so good. Look at this. Boom! Spike ball. Okay, so if we give it the Eldritch rune, that increases the effectiveness of sun runes, and our sun rune in our spike ball gives it projectile amount. It should give us enough projectile amount that we get a third spike. Okay, I do believe it's just not working the way I want it to work, because I only have 2 spike balls still. Now this is an absolute fucking tragedy if that's how if it doesn't work the way I want it to. Is it just that I need to have technically more scaling to get above 50% to gain a spike ball? But if you're telling me that it's not possible, I call bullshit. Oh, I almost died from that, you absolute fucker. I'm breaking through my defenses. What defenses? Great fucking question. Spike balls. Oh boy, it's boss time. Oh god, it's Jin Aura the Desert Wind, obviously. Jin Aura, I'm in a fucking tornado. Am I getting stunned or is my attack just not doing anything? You won't go toe-to-toe with me. I don't get it. Yeah, the dead zone on the spikes are a bit of a problem. It's me and you, Jin Aura. Mano y mano, friend. Both on our last fucking life. Come on, take him out. Yeah, fuck you. Alright. Well, none of these things do anything. I'm stuck in the fucking tornado. Oh, spike balls. What do you expect? Anyway, that's some more of that gameplay. It's pretty fun. I'm probably going to play until I unlock all the things. There's still more stuff to do. But yeah, Conquest Dark would recommend. I'll probably come back with one more video when I have most everything, at least all the basic shit, you know, unlocked. See you then. Bye-bye.